Good evening, learners.
Evening, ma'am.
Okay, today let's start with our motivation of the day, which reads as, there is no substitute for working hard, but you can use your I can mindset. So during the lesson of today, please make sure that you really are comply. Make sure that you switch off your mics, you switch off your cell phones, and you make sure that you have your book and your pen next to you. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Remember during the day we discussed vertical and oblique photographs on WhatsApp. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, let's quickly recap fast. Nolutando, what is the difference between vertical and oblique photograph?
Ma'am, I think the difference is that oblique is taken from the side and the vertical one is taken directly to the ground.
Yes, that is accurately correct. Mr. Sambo, between the picture A and B, which one is taken by a vertical and which one is taken by an oblique?
I think A is taken by a vertical because it's just showing straight, and B is taken by an oblique because it's shown like it's taken from a side point of view.
Okay, that's correct. That's correct. We also discussed the difference between aerial and orthophoto image, and I also sent the poster during the photo cycle in order to go through the difference between the aerial and orthophoto image. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
A quick recap. Can anyone give us 1 point, the difference between aerial and orthophoto image?
Okay.
Happy?
Okay, ma'am.
I hear you.
The aerial photograph, the scale is not uniform, ma'am, and on the digital orthophoto, the scale is uniform.
That's so brilliant. This shows that today you are really learning via WhatsApp, okay? So remember that as we discussed on WhatsApp, that everything that we discuss, you're going to do it. You're going to take part in a Quizlet whereby you'll be answering the questions that I've set up for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for your participation on WhatsApp. I remember last year that learners, you went hiking. Yes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Nolutando, can you please recap us on how was your experience via hiking with a short summary?
Okay, ma'am, I'll try to be short as possible. So, ma'am, last year we went to Mabitleng Hiking Center with my friends. So the aim there was to go on the top of the mountain and see and experience the aesthetics of the city. So along the way, we were seeing different signs that had different kilometers. Yeah, basically that's all I can recall. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Nolutando. That's a very nice experience. Prudence and Razi, are you still there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So with the experience that Tando has explained, that you all went hiking last year, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So we're going to use that experience in our topic of today, which is how height is represented on a map, right? So at the end of this lesson, with our topic of how height is represented on a map, as a learner, at the end of this lesson, you should know how height is represented on a map using spot height, a benchmark, a contour line, and a trigonometrical station. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
And the last
ma'am.
one, the appreciation of aerial and orthophoto image, we already discussed it on WhatsApp. We already recapped it. Remember now, okay?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
All right, let's bring our A game. Our first starter is a spot height. A spot height is really simple. A spot height is really simple. It can be easily seen on a map. Do you see the blackboard?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Spot height can be seen by a mark. A spot height can be easily seen by a dot. and a number next to it. Let's say 815. So on your map, you will see 815 with a dot. Remember that 815 is our elevation height. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So please make sure that when you look at your map will also have a dot and your height. Can you please observe the crake and a drag locale? Do we see our spot height there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Mr. Sambo, what is our spot height?
813 above sea level, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, that's correct. That's profoundly correct. Remember as a hiker that your goal is to reach the top, the peak of a mountain. But in real life, on the ground, when you're doing your hiking, as the number is not visible, the elevation height is not visible. So it's only visible on a map, which is your picture A. Do we see picture A?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. Prudence, what is our elevation number on picture A?
320, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Now, can we see that knock lodge rectangle there? Do we see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can somebody please volunteer and give us the elevation height?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Anyone?
524.
534.
Yes. It's 524. Are we fine now? Any
Yes,
questions?
Ma'am.
Any questions?
Yes.
Any suggestions? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right.
No,
Then we see that we have a contour liner. Happiness, do you see that contour liner? Are you familiar with it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Remember that Happiness and Luazi, you accompanied the matrix last year. You were serving them with drinks and stuff. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
They were wearing makeups. The main essential part of makeup, it is our contour line. Okay? I'm going to demonstrate
Yes, ma'am.
our contour line here. Our contour line here. Remember, as a makeup artist, that a contour liner, it is used to shape your face. Whenever where you see to highlight, it also highlights your face where there is concave or where there is hollow. Now, coming to your face has a hollow shape and also have your concave. This is my concave. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we have our hollow part is here. I hope you won't forget this, ne? Here. Here. So I highlighted my hollow part and I highlighted my concave part. So it highlights your face to show the elevation of your face. This brings us to our contour lines. The same contour lines that highlight our face to show the elevation, it's also there on our maps. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the contour lines are lines drawn on a map joining the same place of the same height above sea level. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
and we see that on the right-hand side, we have a map. We have the dark shaded lines and the light shaded lines. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
So the dark shaded lines, it shows our elevation. It shows whether our slope. It shows whether our slope is it's increasing or decreasing, right?
Yes,
This is
ma'am.
our top of the mountain. This is the top of the mountain. This is your water. This is your water. Oops, this is your water. All right, as a climber, you don't know whether the slope you don't know whether your slope it's concave when you climb up or it's steep or whether it's convex. That's where your contour liners comes in. It helps you to see the shape of your face, and it also helps you to see the shape of your hill or a mountain. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, a
ma'am.
contour liner, it shows you. Can you please see the fancy mountain? Do you see the fancy mountain?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. As we look at the fancy mountain, we can easily observe that the fancy mountain, you can do hiking, of course, right? The tricky part, again, the tricky part about contour liners is that they cannot mix. They cannot mix like this. It's highly impossible. It's mission impossible. They cannot be mixed like that. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Liners can be, they are found in such manner, they are parallel to one another. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
ma'am.
Since we are fine, can you please look at the left-hand side? Do you see the left-hand side, Sambo?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you observe about the left-hand side?
The lines are more close together.
Yes, of course. The lines are close together. When you see that the lines are close together, that means your elevation parts, your elevation on the ground is a steep slope. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Happy, what do you observe about your right-hand side?
The lines are far apart, ma'am.
Yes. If the lengths are far apart, that means it's a gentle slope. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can we go back to our, let's observe our mountain. Prudence. Prudy, can you look at the left-hand side? You see the left-hand side?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
left-hand side.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what do you observe about your left-hand side? Are the contour lines much more closer or further apart compared to your right-hand side?
Ma'am, I think my left-hand side, they are far apart compared to my right-hand side.
Yes, Prudence, that is so much more correct. Happiness,
Ma'am.
remember we said if the slope or the contour lines are much more further apart, which slope is it?
It is a gentle slope, ma'am.
Yes. And then Nolutando, as you look at your right-hand side, which slope is it?
It is a steep slope, ma'am.
It is a steep slope. Now, let's take this slope into a reality before you go hiking. So it's going to look like this. Since from left it's gentle, right? Yeah, right. It's gentle. It goes like this. And then as a climber, this is your top of your mountain. And on your right-hand side, it's steep, right?
Yes.
Go like this. This is your 3D or your mountain. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to share this picture on the photo cycle so you can draw your own landscape. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Make sure that you use this link I've sent here. I've sent here to access the image. Ne?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, which brings us to our second one. It's our benchmark. A benchmark, as Nolutando has said, that she saw some metals on the ground. She saw some examples on the ground, but then she didn't know what is it. So now, Nolutando, that metal is a benchmark. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
The benchmarks are points of known altitudes along routeways. They are clear on a map. Do you see this map? Prudy?
Yes, ma'am, I can see
You see the
that.
axis. Do you see the axis?
Yes.
Yes, do you see the X's? That means that the benchmark, it is represented by an X. Whenever you see an X in your map, that is your benchmark. That is so simple, right?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So our third trigonomic, it's our trigonomic station. A trigonomic station, it is a triangle. Remember that trig means a triangle, right? Prudence, since you are a math, you're doing math, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Remember that trigonomical station, for the first part, it says trig. Remember that trig represents a triangle. A triangle is a three-sided shape. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
It
Fine.
is found on top of a mountain. This is a trigonometrical station, but also on a map. It can be easily observed by a triangle. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
On the triangle, on top, we have two numbers. The first number is a beacon number, and the second one is a height in meters. So it always has a triangle and the two numbers, and the first number on top is a beacon number, and the bottom one, it is the height in meters. Are we fine now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, happiness, my child. Happy.
Ma'am.
See the smallest triangle inside the big triangle. You see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can you please give us the beacon number?
72.
And the Mr. Sambo,
Yes,
can
ma'am.
you please give us the height in meters?
Which one again, ma'am?
The smallest one.
Isn't it the 72?
Okay, the 72, it is our beacon number.
Oh, it's 877.9,
Wow.
ma'am.
Okay, wake up. Good, Mr. Sambo. Good. Do you see that? Rudy, do you see our orthophoto map here?
Yes, ma'am.
The triangle. Can you easily see the triangle?
No, ma'am. It's not visible.
Oh, yes. I chose this image because on your map it is not highly visible. So in order to see your trigonometric station, you're going to see your triangle on a map. Are we fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you. Do we have any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
Any questions? So we're going to play
No,
a
ma'am.
game. Please log in. That is your Kahoot. The points of known altitude along route maps are, choose the correct answer. Fast.
Oh,
Please make sure you become more faster, okay? Yes. So the person who won today It's Zulema.
Yes, it's me, ma'am.
Zulema.
Yes, ma'am.
Zulema won. Zulema, well done. Zulema, well done. So please make sure that this is your worksheet for today. Please make sure that you write the worksheet and email it back to me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, have yourself a wonderful day, okay? Bye.
Thank you,
ma'am. Bye.
Bye.